Hey lovers, it's your girl Diva. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ask Diva show. Thank you so much for clicking like on all of the shows and getting us almost to 1,000 downloads on the new show. So you know we got to 60,000 downloads when we were over there on Blog Talk Radio. So I already knew that you guys could do it. And it's taking you maybe a month or two to get up to 1,000. It took a couple of years to get to 60,000 over there on Blog Talk Radio. So I know we can make it happen with the Ask Diva podcast. So thank you so much for making it happen. Now look, hold up, wait a minute, stop. Like, let's put some RBF on it. Are you serious? Like, there is plastic surgery happening that I don't have no issues with plastic surgery, a person making that decision, because that's their own personal choice. But the fact that plastic surgery for RBF, so who's familiar with RBF, right? So RBF is resting bitch face. So plastic surgery is happening for RBF. Why? Because the person with RBF is like, oh, I've got issues, so I better remove that. Sweetie, that would be too easy, lovers. That would be too easy. Plastic surgery is happening for RBF because other people are offended by your RBF. Bish, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is literally a bish, what moment. Like, are you serious? Come on now. No, you're making me get plastic surgery or making me feel some type of way to go get plastic surgery because I have RBF that offended you. Bitch, get out of your life. Like, that's just hashtag bitch get all your life, right? So we have nothing more to say about that. Plastic surgery is not something that should be about pleasing other people or making life easier for other people. You don't like, what is it that girl just said over there where they're having issues on Basketball Wives, and she was like, you don't like, she told Evelyn Lozada, you don't like looking at the way my toe look, don't look at it. Bitch, that's me. You don't like the RBF, don't look at the RBF. Look, bye. You know, like, that's just it. I don't have to go get plastic surgery so that you can get more comfortable with me in the workplace or hanging out or doing events or coming to a Diva speaking engagement, running up on that Reasons book tour. No, seriously, like, I don't have to do any of that for you. So let's just move on. I can't believe I just read that. Plastic surgery so that other people are not offended by your RBF. For all my sisters that have that resting bitch face, and you know that I am one of those people. So people, I just talked about that earlier today on my Facebook. People always misunderstand me because they are like, I could be into a deep moment, right? And I could be talking about something, or I'm going to tell people over on Facebook to join this now. You guys know what I'm up to because I don't have a PR person like everyone else, right? So I have to go over there and just invite people and let them know to be a part of the conversation. But I am one of those person lovers that you may misunderstand me if you just like run up on me at an event and you haven't had a chance to personally meet me, and you're so used to my voice and, you know, the energy and everything, and then you'll be like, well, what's wrong? Why is Diva such a bitch in person? You know, like that's going on right now with Lizzo. So Lizzo had to apologize, I guess, to somebody that delivered her Postmates for something that happened with her food delivery, and I guess she had to issue a public apology. And, you know, then I saw underneath the comments somebody, you know, was going in on whoever's post that was, and they were like, oh yeah, she's like that and she could be nasty and this and that. I don't know. Maybe she was just in her mode, in her creative mode, and that creative mode can be misunderstood all the time. So maybe you just sensitive. Because somebody messed up your food, that's something to talk about. And just because I'm famous, I can't call you out. Postmates, do better. Postmates, do better, right? So that's all they have to say on that, right? So let's go over here for what's next. Lamar Odom, stop acting like you don't remember who that is. Like, Lamar Odom. So I'm watching Dancing with the Stars. I'm just going to let that marinate for a minute. No, I'm watching Dancing with the Stars, and up comes Lamar Odom. And I'm going, Lamar can't dance. You know, I don't know him from Adam. I just know him from being Chloe's ex, right? You know, so I said, why did I even decide that I knew? But I just did. So I'm looking at the rehearsal, and I'm going, oh yeah, Lamar can't dance. So when it came to the little debut moment, that's where you Dancing with the Stars, people. But like the debut moment, he gets out there, and he was so stiff. And I was like, how did this happen? And then I had like all kind of questions go across my mind for his PR. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I know the book tour is happening, and I know that we are rebuilding, the Lamar Odom that, possibly the Kardashians cracked out. I don't even know how that dude got on drugs, right? So I don't know the whole story, so I have to just guess like the rest of you guys, right? So, so I understand. We rebuilding, we rebranded. Anybody can be rebranded. You guys be quiet. I remember when I was in college, and we had a guest speaker coming, and the guest speaker was Daryl Strawberry. Remember Daryl Strawberry, right? Yeah, so he was like all strung out, but he tells his story, and then while he was like in all strung out mode, he met all strung out E, who became wifey, and they just live a life now of no longer strung outy, right? So he had a comeback story, and I thought, that's kind of where the PR is going right now with Lamar Odom. He writes a book, he tells a little dirt, he talks about his life, but I could just kind of see when he was giving the rejection that we knew would happen. The judges are going to really hurt you. I think they got a total of 11 out of 30. So it was really painful. So I could see the rejection on his face, and I'm like, oh my God, who is PR in charge? Because I have a PR thought. I'm just thinking that maybe you shouldn't take him on a show where they're going to have to be really critical, and they're going to have to give him the 411. And by giving him the 411, it can hurt his feelings. And then what if that man relapse? PR, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's all I can think. Who has all those thoughts while watching the show, right? But that was my thought. So I'm thinking, PR, you got Good Morning America. You got the Ask Diva podcast. Like, you have all kind of places where you can put Lamar Odom, and we can talk about his story, his book, his ex, his journey, everything. And nobody even have to worry about him disturbing our life with dancing, right? So stiffly, in such an awful way. A score of 11 was too high. Like, that was just, what? So that was my moment watching Dancing with the Stars last night. I was going through. What else did I have? Ooh, I also, right after Dancing with the Stars, I stayed for it. So Beyonce did Making the Gift, and it was so inspiring. I think the best part happened, and that's why I'm bringing the song to. I seen Move Forever on the song, on the album, and then I heard a little bit of it, and then I saw that the Obamas put it on their summer playlist, and I thought, yes, I've got to bring it over to lyrics breakdown. But my favorite part, let's see if I can get the lyrics. I'm gonna pull them up, and my part is when Beyonce, they're going back and forth, and she was playing, along with the little filters on her phone. I do that with my grands, and she was playing with the filters on her phone, and she was playing with Blue Ivy, and Blue Ivy hit y'all with this, y'all. She said, she was doing the little back and forth of the song. It's like, I'm so unbothered. So that part, right? And so she goes, the part when Blue Ivy, the phone's on her, and she says, stay in your struggle. Why? Blue came for y'all, and she did that 20 years early. Like, she just really, because that's for all the people that like slammed Blue Ivy. You remember you guys that were really just coming down on Blue Ivy and really giving her a hard time, and you guys talked about her looks and all this, and now she the child of billionaires, what I'm saying? Like, and she just like, stay in your struggle. I'm drinking pina coladas. Y'all ever might have like that song just went off. But the part, just the fact that Beyonce being mom, like, yes, this that moment, and the camera gets on her, and it's on ABC, her special, not Netflix, it's on ABC, and ABC and the whole nation get told, stay in your struggle. It hurt. I know it hurt your feelings, because it hurt mine for a minute. I'm like, Blue, I'm just trying to make the Ask Diva podcast do something, and it hurt, but she deserves that moment. Fire petty moment. If you slept on it, you were never going to wake up anyway, right? So then what else is hot in the tea? Let me tell you something. You guys aren't ready for this. You guys are not ready for this. Look, let me tell you. Harvey Weinstein. You know, it always bothers me about this story because this dude is like so super powerful on top of his game, as much as Bill Cosby was on top of his game, as much as R. Kelly spent years on top of his game, right? But somehow the district attorney, if I have that right, the defense team says this today. And so the defense team says, you know, Harvey Weinstein is a sinner, not a criminal. Bitch, what? So I had to just like, okay, maybe you're not reading that right, Diva. So I just went and scroll to the next. Then I watched a couple of different shows, and they were talking about it too. And I had to come back and I had to read it again. What did she said? He a what? He a sinner. Oh, we all sinners. Didn't they say we all sin before the God and all this other stuff that happens in the Bible? Yeah, I'll say it. I'm just going to screw up the scriptures right now, right? But he a sinner? Yeah, bitch, he a sinner and he a criminal too. So, yeah, I think she just kind of mixed up the sentence. So I just had to bring it back, do a little editing for her. She meant to say Harvey Weinstein is a sinner and a criminal too. So she left that out, and we understand. So we're going to fix that for her here on the Ask Diva show. Because I'm just like, so what? So he a sinner, so what? R. Kelly and Bill Cosby are criminals because they're blood? Yeah, I took it there. My mind does that when I see stories like this break, right? So I'm just like, excuse me? Go sit down. Go sit down somewhere, right? Sorry if y'all didn't have that same kind of emotion. That's exactly where I went with it. And then, what else did I have for you guys, though? I know I had a little bit more tea, but when I saw that, I was like, so... You know, R. Kelly, what he did wasn't sinning, and he can't just be sent home with some Hail Marys and, some holy oil and some forgiveness and just move on with his life. He has to just totally be buried underneath the life sentencing death row jail for what he did, which is exactly no different than what Harvey did, what Bill Cosby did. Is it any difference? Is there levels to this pedophile shit? Like, is there levels to this molesting, harassment, sexual harassment, garbage? Like, yeah, but yours was really gross, but it wasn't level gross. It was more like sinner gross, not criminal gross. Like, what are we doing with that, right? So, yeah, that just confused me. And I was also watching... some of the moms, you're posting some of the things that your kids are doing. They have me laughing. Some of the things that your children are doing when they are, passing out and like having little fits. And like there's one where the little boy has a little broken cracker. And my daughter, she tells me, Mom, her son, my grandson does that also. And it's just like you're crying because mommy can't fix the cracker that you probably squeezed in your little hand. Like, that's hilarious. So shout out to all the moms out there going through the fits. I will tell you this, moms, and if this helps you, we don't have fits. We don't have fits. Like all of my life stops. I may be on my way to work. I may be on the way to take the children to school. We may be in the middle of the store. I stop life to fix fits, I can't deal with children just falling out, right? So I will stop everything I'm doing. A lot of you moms, you want to keep on because you got to go ho, twerk, and bop, so you don't have time to deal with that fit. No, I will stop everything. If it takes us 5 weeks in sitting on the couch and you sitting on the floor passed out and you refuse to get up and I don't get any sleep and you don't get any sleep, you stay just looking at me crazy and hollering and crying. If it takes that long, that's how long I'm going to sit there till you learn that I don't do fits, right? So I have a lot of patience that a lot of you moms may not have. So you can nip those fits in the bud. So if they're having a fit in McDonald's, you gather all the food, you take it back up to the counter, you could try to get a refund, but I doubt they're going to give you one, throw it in the trash, walk out. Man, I made french fries. Wow, you're not getting your french fries today because we don't embarrass the diva. So you have to learn how to get your children to understand, because people say your children are so well behaved. They're adults now, by the way, for people that do not know, new listeners. They're 28, 27, and 22. But really, honestly, I don't care. I don't do fits. So we're just going to work on this, So with my son, I used to use exercise patience. So hopefully that will help you. So teach them that and make sure that they understand do not have a fit. When my children's teachers can come back to me from pre-K all the way to high school and say they've never given me problems, all three of my children, I'm not saying I'm no superwoman, but I am a bad bitch. No, I'm just like, I don't really tolerate a lot of that. So all that falling out and all that, and it makes my children mad because I really I am more lenient with my grandchildren, but with raising my children, I'm like, just do what I did. I didn't let you do it, but they're like, but you're letting them have fits because they're your grandbabies. Oh yeah, that's a whole different thing. I buy them gifts and feed them sugar and do all kind of things and make your life miserable as a parent, because that's what my parents did to me. No, I'm joking. But no, I just don't have to do that because all of that is over and now I'm free and I'm grown and I'm doing me. You guys got to work that out on your own. But no, seriously, they know I don't like fits. I will, and my children used to get so mad when we'll be out and about and someone's child is having a fit, Mom, and they'll put their hands, to their face, or they'll just look down like, don't, Mom, please. But I do. I have to stop and help other people with their children. I know you're already mad at me because you just heard that, but I can't have your child having a fit because it's an easy fix, and if you don't know how to do it, I have to go over there and do it because you're interrupting my grocery store trip, right? So all of us can't just deal with children hollering. My nerves are bad. I don't want to hear that, so I got to go over there and fix it for the whole store. Yeah, my children hate when I do that. It's hilarious. But let's go with the last tea of the day. So I'm not sure when this is going to take place, but New York City is just in ban mode right now, right? So I heard that they're going to ban the e-cigarettes, but New York City is considering banning chocolate milk in school. We all know as adults that chocolate milk is really awful for you, but I don't think that it really just destroyed my life as a kid, and I was able to make better choices growing up, and then you do the different things, but taking chocolate milk away from the cafeteria line is just like having to go to school for 48 hours straight and look at your same teacher that you can't stand. That's that bad. You know what I mean? I can't believe that, but the world is definitely changing, and maybe we never should have had chocolate milk, or maybe we got to stop acting like we don't know that we never should have had chocolate milk. But that's awful, especially if the child's really used to chocolate milk, and then in the middle of the first couple of months of school you're gonna cut it. Do you know what kind of problems you're creating for teachers? Child is going to go into chocolate milk withdrawal or something. I don't really know what's going to happen. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of the Ask Diva Show. I appreciate you guys so much. I know that you guys are going to make it happen because you're going to do what? I know. For those who listen to me all the time, they're already ready for it. They're about to sing it with me. Tell your friend to tell another friend to tune into the Ask Diva Show. Join us, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Make sure that you're clicking on YouTube. 5 of you is not enough. No, I'm not playing, but I am. But I'm not playing. But so let's go over to YouTube and get some more views over on the hashtag ASKDEEVA. Go over there and give me some more views. Share it with a friend. Share it with people that you know. I appreciate you for doing that. Castbox, you guys are doing wonderful. Spotify, you guys are amazing. Instagram stories, you guys are amazing. I love it. So you guys are really giving me some great feedback by just listening and saying, I like that. That was cool. I like the topic. And girl, you great. Girl, I am. I'm certified. No, I'm joking. But please share. Tell your friend to tell another friend to listen to the show. I'm going to bring you the best that I can bring you. I'm not perfect, but I guarantee you won't be bored. You'll be off here talking about, oh, she made me so sick. Girl, are they really doing plastic surgery for RBF face? With your RBF face? Love you guys. Have a great night.